The growing middle class is reshaping economies around the world. Even in Europe, where living standards have been on the rise for nearly 2 centuries, the already vibrant middle class is expected to increase spending by 38% over the next decade. Globally, our study with Oxford Economics projects that 60% of all new consumer spending by 2030 will come from the middle class, much of it from new entrants to this economic group. Regions that are still globalizing, like Asia in particular, are expected to have a tremendous impact on the global economy. In Europe, rising income will boost consumption for a new middle and upper middle class in Central and Eastern Europe. In Western Europe, the existing middle class will continue to shift upward toward greater affluence, with 55% of all new consumer spending expected to come from new affluent households. That's nearly $450 billion in additional spending by 2030. This would be like adding a second city of London to European consumption. Based on the Visa Globalization Index, the majority of Europe's consumer spending still occurs in cities, in particular, cities at the top of our globalization ranking. Yet, the pace of growth in total spend is now the fastest in cities that are relatively less globalized. These cities are expected to see higher growth in conspicuous spending categories, such as apparel and personal transport. In cities that are still in the process of globalizing, in the United Kingdom and Germany in particular, the consumer shows a strong affinity for global brands. By contrast, in Europe's already global cities, individuals and families are more likely to travel internationally. As a result, these cities are expected to see faster growth in spending for experience-based categories, like lodging or restaurants. Another fascinating element of the Visa Globalization Index is how different cities integrate digital payments. Unlike in other areas of the world, when it comes to digital payment integration, national borders still matter in Europe. For example, cross-border visitors into the United Kingdom make significantly more digital payments than they do in other European countries, which remain more cash-based. Cardiff ranks as a globalizing city in the middle of our ranking. Yet, we see more digital payments here than in other more globalized cities such as Milan or Frankfurt. We expect spending patterns across Europe to continue to converge toward the patterns set by globalized cities. Cities in this group, think of London and Rome, will set trends that will be adopted around the world, first by the new affluent consumers in globalizing cities, and then eventually by the middle class in the rest of the region, as well as around the world. Our study provides clear insights into the way globalization's transformative power will affect European economies. Over the coming decade, knowing which business sectors, global trends, and product categories are expected to grow and where they are expected to have the most impact will give businesses and policy leaders a significant advantage.